Hello, my friends. I hope this finds everybody in good health today and everybody is blessed today. This is Lynn with Blessed Handcrafted Creations. I am the designer behind the scene here. Excuse me, I got some allergies going on. So today, this is more than likely going to be a two-part video because I'm going to glue some things and then they'll have to dry and stuff. But we will be working with Kambaba Jasper. It's a very expensive stone and it is from Bead Bargin for the month of July. I get my subscription there. It's $24.99 a month and you normally get $80 to $100 worth of stuff. So if you're not a member there, go sign up for their subscription. You get so much and it's curated. Lauren does a great job and you just can't get wrong. And you got also, if you're a member, you sign up on their subscription, you get a 30% discount code every month when your box comes. And that is good at their sister store. I believe it's beadboxbargain.com. I'm not really sure which way it goes. But anyway, you could use that every single day if you wanted to order something every day. And when you use that, shipping's only $3.99 in the US. So that's really reasonable. On your monthly box, it's no shipping fee in the USA. And then during the month also, they will have a value bundle and also a companion bundle that you can buy extra that will curate with the box for that month. And they're just amazing. So kudos to Lauren and her team at Beadbox Bargain. So with that being said, I want to show you a few things that we have today that we are going to start this two-part series on. And let's get started. First of all, I have a two-piece set of 27 by 22 millimeter cellulose acetate resin, monastera leaf charms in green tortoise. Not sure how to say that. I'm very sorry. But I will show you here on the package so you can see it. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and get everything out as we go. These are the beautiful leaves. They're absolutely gorgeous, so we will be using those. We're going to go ahead and set everything out. Then we also have an approximate 32 millimeter Kambaba Jasper carved rose pendant, which is a $7.99 value just for this pendant, retail value. So let's get this beautiful rose out here. And here's the back of it. So you can look at that. Here is the front. Absolutely stunning. Very stunning. So hopefully I'm not going to get out of frame this time with showing you all. I'm trying to stay in frame really hard this time. And then also we will be using a 6-piece 22 by 10 millimeter tree frogs in antique bronze. They are lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free. So we will be using those. And they are just the cutest little things. We will not be using them all on this go-around, but we will be using some of them. My friend, Heather Aniston, that has TT's Trinkets and Treasures. I watch her on a daily basis when she's on, along with Rosanna in Rose's Garden. If you haven't watched those two, y'all need to go. Rosanna's on every day, Monday through Friday. I don't know your time zone, but that's 11 o'clock here in Alabama time. And Heather, I know, is on Sunday nights. She pops in often during the week, and I know she's on Wednesdays. And also, there's Beth from Beth's Perfect Harmony. She's been out for a while because she had to have a surgery, but she'll be back in full swing before we know it and designing again. So when Beth gets back making videos, you all really need to catch these 3 videos. These people are amazing. I learned so much on them. They have got hearts of golds. Everybody that comes into that community are usually there pretty much every day. But they are the sweetest people. We look after each other. We take care of each other. We all care about each other. I haven't met them in public yet, but someday I hope to meet up with all of them. So anyway, that being said, let's go ahead with this. Next up, we have 10 pieces of 10 millimeter Kababa, jasper, and matte round beads. Yes, folks, matte is not my color, but it's in here. So I will be using them for something. So here is our matte beads. And they're absolutely gorgeous, though, even though I'm not a big matte person. Next up, we have an 8 millimeter Kababa jasper matte round beads, 15 inches in this strand. So it looks like we're going to get some matte in there, but it's okay. We can design with it. It's not a big deal. So here are those. I'm trying to stay in frame again. I don't want to get out of frame. So here's these. I hope y'all can see the beauty in them. Even though they're matte, they're absolutely gorgeous, and they go so good with those. Next up, we have a 10 millimeter Kababa jasper faceted coin beads. And these are absolutely beautiful, and they will set off the matte. So here are these beautiful stones. They are absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I'm trying my best to stay in frame today. So I never know until the video's over and I don't edit. So that's the big thing. Next, we have 7 to 8 millimeter Kababa jasper English cut faceted beads. And all of these are like $6.99, $7.99. Yeah, they're like $7.99, $6.99, $6.99. The 10 piece of the matte round beads was only $2.99. And this one here is the 7 to 8 millimeter jasper English cut faceted beads. It's 7-inch strand, and they are $6.99 as well. So this, I'm telling you, it's expensive stones here. So I hope you all can see the beauty in these. That is them, a lot of different striations, just beautiful. Okay, next up, to offset some of that stuff, we have 6 to 7 millimeters turquoise green magnesite dyed, and they are $6.99. We'll get these out. Here we go. Aren't they pretty? Look at those. They are absolutely gorgeous, and they are going to go so well to offset this mat here. Beautiful, beautiful. And like I said, I never know my design. I don't know what I'm going to do. I design on the fly. Very seldom. I have a board that I can use for necklaces and bracelets and stuff. Occasionally I will use it, but most of the time I don't. And I never know if I'm doing one strand, 2 strands, or if I'm doing chain hanging down. I just don't know. So to offset the mat a little bit, I have 4 by 3 millimeter crystal rondelle beads in matte turquoise champagne, $3.99 on these. But even though they're matte, the colors will definitely offset that. They're going to be beautiful. So we have this strand, and try to get that up there a little closer for you. So we have those. And then next up, we have a 6 by 5 crystal English cut round beads in green vital. It's 9.5 inch strands, and they are $7.99. So wanted a little bit of this to go with, you know, look at the colors. Oh my goodness. So, you know, to offset that matte a little bit and give a little bit of bling. So here's these, and they will go so well with all of these colors. I mean, just look at this together. It's absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait till we actually start designing, and they're going to go good with this. They're going to make this pendant stand out. So we will be designing soon. Next up, for findings, I have some caps. These are from Bead Box Bargain, but they are not from this month. They were in my stash, and they are antique bronze like the rest. So I just thought they were the cutest little caps. So plan on using some of these. I've got a couple packages, so I just thought they were the cutest little things when I was looking through what to put in my stuff. So yes, these are Bead Box Bargain. They are from my stash. They're just so cute, so dainty, and I love dainty stuff. I'm not going to dump these out right now because I tend to knock stuff off sometimes. So we got that. And then also in this month's box, we have 10 millimeter leafy bead caps, lead-free, nickel-free, cadmium-free, and antique bronze. And that's the theme this month. The color, this is antique bronze. So we have these cute little beads. These are actually for the bigger beads. So I will be using some of those on the bigger ones. And then we have some on the smaller. So, like I said, I don't want to put my bead caps out right now anyway. Okay. Next up, we have 4-piece 27 by 14 millimeter Monstera leaf links, lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free, and they are $2.99 retail value on those. So let's get these out. These are absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure. I know I will be using them. I'm probably gonna do a bracelet with them, or or attached necklace if I decide to do a 2 or 3 strand necklace. We just, like I said, as we go. So there's those. Absolutely gorgeous there. We can go ahead and leave these out. Next up, I have 6-piece 13 by 14 millimeter leaf links in antique bronze, lead-free, nickel-free, and cadmium-free. And they're really cute too. I just fell in love with them. And the neat thing about these, so right here is your connector on the back side, and then you have the connector on the front side. So it's going to be really nice to be able to like string something from here, a necklace or something like that. So I will leave these out. And then I brought in a couple from Bead Box Bargain from my stash, a couple different connectors here that I have. I believe they're filigree, but they are antique bronze, so not sure, but just in case I wanted to use them. And then next from this month, I'll get my papers out of the way here. Next from this month, here is our chain. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Oh my goodness, it's absolutely gorgeous chain. Let me get some of this out here so hopefully you can see some of it. So this is the chain we will be using. And it is 1 meter, 6.5 by 2.5 millimeter Luma China chain, lead-free and nickel-free. $4.99 for this. But isn't that chain just beautiful? My goodness, I'm going to get it all tangled up here too. But this chain is just amazing. I'm absolutely in love with this chain. And I think it's really going to look good if I decide to hang some stuff down on the necklace from a chain or something like that. So I'm not sure yet. Then also, which we will need, I have these crimp tubes. I don't have them in antique bronze. These are from Beadalon. They are 2 millimeters. I think that's how they count them. And then I have these clamshells. So with that being said, the reason it doesn't matter on my crimp tubes is because they will be hidden inside these clamshells. And the clamshells are from Bead Box Bargain from my stash. Whoops. Oh, thought I was spilling them. Then I have tiger tail wire. This is Beadcraft. So I have the tiger tail. It is a 7-strand. Doesn't say a lot, but anyway, it's 7-strand, and I believe it's 0.45. It doesn't say on there, but I believe that's what that is. And then, of course, we have some jump rings. So, oh, and then also I will be using this glue right here that I always use, and it is for metal. It's jewelry metal glue, so it really does. It's premium quality, but I'm sorry, I can't think of what I'm saying. Oh, it really dries pretty quick, but I want to make sure, and it holds very well, but I want to make sure that the glue's really dry before we do that. So we have that out of the way. Now let's give God the glory. Dear Father in heaven, I come to you this morning and I praise you and give you all the glory. Without this, you in my life, excuse me, sorry God. Without you, God, I could not do any of this. You give me the strength, the patience, the ability to do all this. And Lord, I pray for whoever is watching this video that you will answer their prayers, spoken and unspoken. And Lord, help this world, because we definitely know that this world needs help as everything's changing, just like you have described in the Bible, that how everything's going to change, and then the revelation will come, and one day we will all be brought up to heaven with you, and there'll be no more pains, no more tears. And Lord, I thank you for sending your son, Jesus Christ, to the cross to die for us, and for whom you raised for the dead for us. So, Father, with this, I give you all the glory, Father. All the glory belongs to you. And just watch over everybody today, Lord, that's watching my video. And you all have a very blessed day. And let's get started. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray for you all. Amen. Amen. All right. So first of all, I want to get a couple of my little frogs. And this is what I planned on doing. And I want to put them on my leaves. So I'll make sure my leaves are going the same way here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my little frog close up here. Try to get it lined up with this. It's hard to do here, but I'm trying to get this little frog lined up right here with that hoe in that, so I can get an eye pin or a head pin or something like that through it. So we're going to do that, and that's the first thing we're going to do. I just asked, I'm going to be really quiet while I'm doing this, so I want to get it right. I want to do a good job. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some glue underneath that and glue this down. And thank you, Heather Aniston, for showing us this. I'm just going to put some glue on here. And then we're going to hopefully line our frog up. Let's see if we got enough, far enough down. Oops, I'm not doing a very good job there, am I? So let me see here. Looks like we need to go a little farther down with our glue. Get his legs in there. And this is the first time I've done this, people, so bear with me, okay? Bear with me. I'm going to take my time here, and I'm going to do this right. So just going to smear it around here. I don't want to get tons of glue on there. So I'm going to smear that glue around. And then I'm going to pick up my leaf. I want to line up my frog so he is with that hoe if I can. Goodness, a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Heather makes it look so easy. So, got my frog on there. He's all lined up and he's centered, so I'm going to carefully put him over here to the side and make sure he stays centered, that I didn't move him, and that we can see both hoes there. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick a head pin or something through this hoe, because I don't want, in case glue got on there or something. So, oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, I do have my head pins and eye pins here. So, let's go ahead and stick something through this hoe. Actually, that might have been a better way to line these guys up. And I think I will do that on my next one. So this is what we have. So I'm just going to let him dry over here. Actually, I think what I want to do is I'm going to cut this head pin down so it will be in there. Whoops. Did you see that? I just dropped it. Good thing I had that in there. I'm going to cut this down. I will save this because I can use it for something later. If I can get my cutters to work here. Oh, goodness. All right. So I'm going to set that aside. Make sure he's still straight on there. And he's already gluing down. That's how fast he is. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to cut this pin down. I will save this because I can use it and make my own. So I'm going to cut this down so it's not as long. So probably right about there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this glue on. Like I said, I don't want to put a whole bunch. Just, I want to put it here where it's the frog's going to stick to it. So, and I don't want to put a whole bunch of glue on there. In doing this with the head pin, I'm going to ensure that my frog is actually centered as well. So let's get this little pin in there. And pick up our leaf, stick him through there. Oh, so much easier. So much easier. I'm going to carefully sit him over here to dry. Make sure he stays straight on there. Looks really good. Don't want to move him. I would bring him up to show you, but I don't want to move him. So that is going to be our pair of earrings, is what that's going to be. And then I want to put a frog on a couple of these, and I want them to be going the same way, and I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to use head pins so I can line up these holes, and that way I know they will be even. I'm going to cut this a little bit longer this time. Last time was almost too short. But like I said, never waste anything. I will show you here in a minute why not to waste anything. Because you can always reuse this stuff. And, you know, jewelry supplies aren't so cheap anymore. And the time it takes to make them and everything. So I want to make sure these are going the same way here. Because I want to use these links in bracelets. So I'm going to go ahead. First of all, let's make sure the frog will fit and how he looks. Because I don't want to put him on there and then not like it. So let's go ahead and put this through this hoe. And let's see what we think. If I can get him to go through there. Goodness, it's not as easy as the other one. All right. Well, you know, I'm not sure because I don't have anything to paint this with. Like Heather and Rosanna's always painting stuff. So, I don't know. He doesn't show up very well. This is what it is, and he really doesn't show up. So, I'm not sure if I want to do that. Kind of disappointed about it, but I'll figure some way to get the frogs in the bracelet. I just don't really care for that because you can't see the leaf, and I don't, like I said, I don't have anything to paint it. So that idea is kind of out. Let's put him back over there. He definitely won't fit on the link on this. I mean, I guess if we wanted to make him hang down, it's, you know, when you're designing, it's just trial and error. You just try things, you don't like it, you do something different. So, I don't know. No, I don't know. What do y'all think? Yes or no on that? I mean, you can barely barely see the leaf back there. So I think he's probably going to be a no-go. I mean, I don't see a reason for that. And I'm pretty sure that's all I have as far as links. Well, I mean, I do have this one, but he's just a little too big for this one, I think. No, he does go, but same problem there is even if I put him on this one, he's the same color. And I don't have any those paints that they use to paint jewelry with. So, this is what he would look like. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that because I really wanted my frogs to sit on my links. So, I don't know. Let's go back to the leaf and see. I'm going to go ahead and grab a longer pin since we're just doing this. Well, if I can get one that's not bent, that's another thing. You get some of these and they're bent, and I have these, which I got to fix. Mine, one side's coming off. So I'm going to straighten this pin out the best I can, and they are strong pins. These are 20 gauge, and they are pretty strong. Really hard to wire wrap with. So let's go ahead and turn this frog around, and let's try this one more time. I mean, I know it's the same color, but I really wanted my frog to sit on something. I wished I had lily pads, but I don't. I don't know. I just don't know about that. I mean, it does have the leaf showing outside, but I don't know. Before I do this, if y'all will, of course, like and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. But in the comments, let me know what you think. I won't do this until the second part if that's what we decide to do, if I can't find another link or something. So let me know if that's a yes or no, putting this frog on something like that. So we're just going to leave this for now, and we will decide about that later. All right. So I think what I want to do is start the design here and get everything out of the way. And one other thing I want to do, and I had this in my mind already, and then my friend Heather from TT's Trinkets and Treasures did it on hers, and I want to take and put two of them together, and I want to make a bead out of it. So this is what I want to do. And then I will glue them together after I get it tightened down. So I'm just going to make a little link here. You can use your round nose pliers. I will get mine out, which I have mine right here, and they are beadle-on. So I have those. And then also, I have a one-step looper. So I have this, it's a 1.5, and I have it, so what you do is you'll like put your, I hope you can see this. So you take your pin, and there's a little hole back there, and you're going to stick it all the way back. And you want to try to get this as close as you can so your beads will be tight. And I have a little bit of problem here trying to get a hold of them both. So I want to push my beads all the way down so they will be tight on this. And I usually have to use my round nose to finish them off. So without breaking your beads, get them as close as you can up there, because this will come around. So then you just take, and you're just going to squeeze that all the way around. Now what I do before I take it out is I pull mine back just a little bit. So I have that. And I'm going to save that piece because I can use it too. So here's what I was telling you. Can you see that? It doesn't always close all the way. It doesn't get really tight all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in here with my round nose pliers. I'm going to bring that back up a little bit. I'll straighten this up because I just, you know, I'll get it straightened up here. So anyway, I want to hold these beads as tight as I can together, and I want to finish that off. I'm going to take and bring this back just a little bit. And then I want to close this up really well. Sometimes it closes good and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so there we go. This is what we have. So now I'm not going to put a whole lot of glue. I just want to put like a tiny bit of glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue around this, and we are going to make our own bead. Whoops, if I can. I can't hold on to it today. So anyway, just a little bit of glue, not too much. I'm going to turn it around, and I have to watch because this glue does dry really fast. So put a little bit over here. I hope y'all can see, but I'm just taking it around the ridge is what I'm doing. Putting a little glue on it, not too much. And then I'm going to take, and it's already sticking. I'm going to push these two together. Line them up. Make sure you get them good and lined up. I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds before I put them down. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll hold them there for a few seconds. This glue does seem to take, you know, take hold pretty quick. So I'm just giving it a few more seconds. And oh yeah, y'all, if you're a jeweler, I'm sure y'all know, jewelry is hard on your nail polish. I just did mine and they're already messed up. So, okay, it's enough, and I stuck my finger to it. That's enough so I can put him down and let him finish drying. And make sure, though, that he's together good, you know, good and lined up. Push him down there a little bit. Looks good to me. Yeah, I got one little spot, so try to push him over just a little bit. Sorry, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I want to make sure I get him good and lined up. And squeeze together. So, got that. Yeah, there we go. Looks good. So that's what we have. He's lined up. Pretty good. I'm not perfect. I like to be when it comes to this, but it looks good. You know, well, no, it doesn't. Look, it's off over there. All right. It is definitely off over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these, kind of put him in there and just kind of, well, maybe I'm not going to. Just kind of, you know, push them together. Make sure that they are, before that glue sets all the way. Let's give it one more glance. And I think he's pretty good. All right. So then we're going to do one more like that because I want two of them. Oops, my glue was not closed. So let's go ahead. Actually, I'm going to show you how we reuse these. So with my one-step looper, I'm not going to put it in all the way this time because I don't need it to cut. So I'm just going to put it in there a little bit where I can have enough. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I'm just going to barely put it in there. If I cut a little bit, that's fine. If not, because I don't need very much on this. Sorry, I'm trying to get exactly where I want it. So I'm going to hold on to that real tight, and I'm going to crimp like that. And then I'm going to pull that back just a little bit. And you'll see why here in a second. And see what I mean about them not closing? So let's straighten this pin up a little bit here. Well, maybe. Let's get this straightened up here. Get it closed up. I want it, you know, to be good in there. I don't want it to be bad. So not the best one I've made, but this, so then you will have something like this is what you're looking for. And I'm going to pull it back just a little bit more. See if I can straighten it up a little bit more. Just a little more. You don't want to do it too much at a time. And then you'll go back in with this, and you're going to go ahead and take this side and wrap it back again to close that up. So there we go. Make sure it's good and straight. Sometimes it might take you once or twice, but you don't want to squeeze too hard because you don't want to mar it, you know, and leave lines on there. So there's what we get. So that's why I saved these. So we're going to do one more set, just like we did before. I'm going to put my pin in there, push them down together as far as I can this time. Last time they weren't quite where I wanted it. I'm going to try to hold them a little tighter. Then I'm going to take my magic crimper again. I'm going to put that all the way in as far as I possibly can. And then I'm going to go up again, just like that. And then once again, I'm going to pull it back. Not the beads, but pull this back. That way it has a little bond, a little top on there. Then you're going to come in with these, and that one actually looks really good, but it's still not as tight as I want. So I want to go ahead and take my pliers, my round nose pliers. I want to make this tight. So then when I put my beads in, it'll be tight enough. So, you know, bend that a little bit back. Bend this one together. And we'll straighten this up a little bit. See how it looks. Like I said, sometimes it takes some playing around with your jewelry to get it exactly where you want. Get that one closed. Which one in right now, I mean, you always want to make sure they're closed, but right now I'm going to be using them. So, all right, there we go. We got that. So let's go ahead and get our glue back out. Let's get these out of the way. Get these out of the way. We might use some more later. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go around one of them with just a little bit of glue. You don't want a whole lot, just a little bit. I'm going to go around it. And then I'm going to turn it like that so I can get the other side. But just a little bit. Just kind of take your glue and run it like that. Take these. Try to line them up the best you can on here. And I'm sticking to me. So, I'm sure some people can do them better than me, but I'm going to try my best. And sometimes the caps may not be perfectly sized. So I'm going to try line it up on this side right here. Then I'm going to hold it for a few minutes again. So give that glue a little time to set. That's why I want to do 2 segments of this, because I want to make sure everything's good and dried on there before, you know, we start really working with it. We might go ahead and start designing some of the necklace today, putting a few things together, but I want to make sure that these get good and dry. See, I moved it and it's not quite ready, so I'm going to have to try to push that back over. Well, I mean, this side, I'm not very strong, so, well, it's not that I'm not strong, it's just a problem with my hands and my rheumatoid arthritis, so let's hope we can fix this one. Yeah, I think he looks a lot better. There we go. Looks pretty good to me. Like I said, it may not be perfect, but the beads may also. I think the beads are, might not be the same. They look like they're lined up on this side. So what do you think? Do you think they lined up? Leave me a comment if you think they look good. I mean, I think I lined them up, but this side over here seems to be a little bit off. I'm not sure. I don't really have anything that I can use to try to squeeze that without hurting it. So I'll try to squeeze that in there a little bit, but I don't think it's going to work. And I don't want to damage anything. So looks like it's just the beads to me that they're not perfectly even. So try to, before that dries too much, I'm going to try to, you know, go around it here a little bit and try to, you know, get them a little more lined up if I can. Which might be making it worse. I don't know. Let's try here. Oops, might already be dried. So, but I mean, it looks so good on one side, but then it doesn't on the other side, and that's going to bother me. And if not, I will just have to take them back apart because I won't use something like that. Not for something I'm going to sell. If it was me, no big deal, but you know, I won't, I wouldn't sell this to a customer if I'm not satisfied with it. So it looks a lot better now. I just went around there and it's just the one side of it is really bothering me. Trying to push it, but I think my glue dried. I think it's the beads really, because they seem to be lined up right there. Can you see that? Seems to be lined up really good. So anyway, that's it. So we have those. And while we were doing this, so I've decided how I want to do this necklace. And I'm going to get some tools out here that I will need today. I'm going to start with my pendant. I kind of know my design I want. I'm not sure if I want to put a bell on this or if I want to make a bell. I know in my kit I had, I think, let me look in this really quick. I think I might have had some little tiny spacer beads here in one of these. Let me check real quick and see. If so, I have an idea of what I want to do. I will make my own bell. I'm not perfect at it, but I will, you know, try my best to, well, I thought I might have some tiny, tiny little spacers in one of these that match, but we may not. If not, we will have to go with the bell, I guess. And I think they gave us a bonus, and I believe they gave us some bells. If not, I have some of this color. So this was the monthly box, I believe. So, and this month they come in green bags. So we have that. And here's, one's a companion bundle and one is the monthly box. So I did not get the value one this month, the value pack. I wished I would have, but if not, if I can't do that, then I've got that bell there. And I haven't picked out my, what am I trying to say? I have not, well, I do have these, but they're 4.5, and I'm not sure if I want to use those. Let me see. I mean, if not, I could always get some little green seed beads or something out. So, now, let me, what do I want to do? I don't have any wire that is that color either, because I'm waiting on it to come in. So I think we're going to bypass this idea. I'll show you what I was going to do though. What I was going to do, I was going to use wire, and I was going to put my wire through there like that. And then I was going to use a couple of these, probably 3, I would say. I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and show you, and then I'll probably tear it back apart. So I was going to do that. Oops, did it the wrong way. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm still learning to do these. So I need to put 3 on here first, but I might save it for tomorrow to do this. We'll just see, because I really kind of want to make my own bell. So what I do is, like I said, my bronze wire will be in tomorrow. So I take this, and this pin, it will not be long enough. That's why I can't use it. And then what I do is bend this up like this. Hope you can see. So I would bend that up like that. And I would wrap this right here. And then I would make my own bell. So that's what it will look like if I make my own bell. And I really don't think I can wire wrap this. So you know what? I really want to do this. I really want to make my own bell. So let's just wait. Well, the only problem is I don't know what time it will be in. So I'm wondering, I probably won't leave this because I don't like the idea of the pin at all. So let me get this out of the way here. And I'm going to try to see. I like my pliers like this. So I'm going to try and wrap this piece if I can, because this is really strong for me. I'm going to try and wrap this. And if I do like it, I might move my pin down a little bit. I would redo it, of course. So because the pin is sticking out way too much. Unless I could wrap. I do have some colored wire. I could finish that off after I get this wrapped around there, which you can see I'm having a hard time with that. Trying to bring this up tight. I'm not a good wire wrapper, folks. I am just learning to do it. So bear with me. Trying to push that over, squeeze it together as much as I can here. As I said, it's really, this pin just really is not good to use. So I'm trying here, trying to bring this over as far as I can and wrap that around. And then I will see what it looks like. I mean, I'm going to move this out of the way because I can straighten it up when I'm done. So if I could get a couple wraps out of this to secure it, I might be able to do something else to secure it better. So we're going to do it. I mean, trial and error, right? Trial and error. So those just aren't working for me. So let's see, what else do I have here? Let's try this tool and see if I can get in there a little bit better. A little better grip, I'm not sure. Try to squeeze that around. And like I said, when we're done, we can I'm just going to try to squish this around like this, a little by little. If I can get it to hold, then I can hopefully see what it's going to look like, though. That's the thing. Which I'm probably not going to like it. I got it all bent up here and stuff, and not sure I can straighten that up too well. But it's, you know, just trial, learning different things, trying new things. That's what jewelry making is all about. And I'm not sure I really like you. I'm not sure. Try to squeeze this together a little bit. I don't want to break my, definitely don't want to break my rose. That would not be very good. Trying to get these beads out of the way here a little bit and up so I can try to squeeze them a little bit together. It's a hard pin, so. All right. I'm going to try to maneuver him here a little bit, get him straightened up. I want to twist this around this way. So it is going the opposite way. And I don't know. What do y'all think about that? And then I could put straight. I mean, I still got to work with that, straighten it out a little bit more. Because it's not straight. And I can straighten it out. But what if I wire wrapped it with something else the rest of the way to offset this? I'm thinking. I just love this little beads the way it is. I don't know. You know, I just think I need to play with it a little bit more. So I'm going to do that later. Like I said, this is going to be 2 videos, so I'm going to cut this off. And when I'm done here for today, then I will figure this out. Oops. So I'm bad about dropping stuff. And I will see if I have any wire here that I could go ahead and oops, can't get that one out. If I have any, I've got wires, so see what I have here. I'll just try to keep all this back. So anyway, that's what I will make my own bell, is what I want to do. And I've decided that I want to make 2 strands. This rose will be in, this rose here will be on the 2nd strand hanging down. So with that being said, I think I want my first strand, let me think. I think I want to do it 17 inches sounds really good. Where's my ruler at? So if I go from the back of my neck, that's 12. Yeah, I think I want to go ahead and I'm going to do, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my tiger tail wire out here. And it unravels everywhere. Let me tell you, that's just like it wants to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this. I'm going to go ahead and cut 20 inches off of here so I have some extra to work with. And I'm going to use my my cutters, and I'm going to try to flush cut this so that way I have it and it's nice and even at that end, even though I will be cutting that off eventually, because like I said, I will not use all this. But this tiger tail wire, it likes to fly everywhere. These rolls will like come undone, and sometimes they can not be a fun thing, that's for sure. So try to get this back in that little slit there is what I'm trying to do, so I can get it to hold and not fly. So yes. All right. So that's what we're going to do. So this first strand, let me get all this stuff out of the way. What I will do on my first strand, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to clip one end here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and clip this end off just like this. I'm going to clip that off just like that so I can start designing. And what I want to do is, actually I'm going to start with 3 of these little things, because at the end of it I want it to be on each end. I'm going to put 3 on there. So this is what I'm going to do, and then we will go from there. And I'll move these back out of the way. I don't have any of my strings cut yet, so let's go ahead and let's get these cut and get them open real quick. Get some off of here. I'm going to do that. Get a bunch of these off. Well, actually, I'm going to take them all off. I'll just put them back in the bag. I don't need the string. So let's get those in a little pile there. Let's go ahead and do our English cut next. Find it here. Let's do those. Cut these off. We'll get these all back in a pile back here out of the way. Looks like get them all together here. I'm gonna move my little froggies over here out of the way. So, oops, got one left on there. I don't want to lose these because this Kambaba Jasper is like very expensive. And yes, I definitely want to try to get this video done by tomorrow, because Wednesday I have to have a procedure done on my leg. They did my right leg last week, and this week they will be doing my left leg. So I'm trying to get all these strings open really quick. So that's why I'm going to do 2 segments. And they've got this little seed beads in here between these. And the reason they do that is because they're expensive. Coin beads, these coin beads are very expensive. And they do it to keep them from hitting together and shipping and damaging the beads. So, all right, let's go ahead and get our sparkly out here. I don't need my sparkly yet, because that will be going in the second one. Now, do I want to use this one? I don't know what I did with my, I thought I had 2 sets of green ones out here. I really thought I did. Did I accidentally put them back up? My goodness, Lynn, get yourself together. Oh, I did. This is my other green. Okay. So then I want to go ahead and nothing in particular. I want to pick out 3 of these saucer beads here. What we're doing now is I'm going to establish my pattern. So I'm going to check it and see if I like it. Guess what? I do not like that. So I'm going to pull that back off. Go ahead and try one of our English cut beads. No, actually I want to try one of these. Let's see how this coin bead looks with it. Oh yeah, I definitely like that coin bead better. Definitely like that a lot better. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead, and I'm not sure if I'm going to grab 3 of these or 1. Let's see what happens. So let's check this out. and see what we like. And we're not going to get very far today because, like I said, I'm going to have to do it in 2 segments. So next, I think I want to do an English cut. Oh, I forgot my bead caps. I wanted to see how these bead caps will look with my English cut ones. So we'll check those out. Or we might just use them. These are my big ones. These are my smaller ones. We might, I think, you know what? I think what I want to do is, I didn't undo these. Give me a second here. I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and use my bead caps to offset these that are matte. So I'm not worried about taking all these off right now because they'll be laying later. So I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and mix some of the matte now and get this leaf out, of the way. So I want to go ahead and I want to start with my bead cap. I'm going to put it opposite way. Now, I'm not sure yet if I'm going to like this, okay? So we're just going to see what we think. And if we don't like it, we'll do something else. That really does offset that. I think I really like that so far. So we're going to go with the matte. And then we will go in here with a shiny one. Oops, I'm going to put some spacers in there. But I think I'm just going to put one spacer in between this one now. Yeah, I think we just want to work with one. So this will be the start right here. And then we'll, at the end of each one. And from here, we're going to start our pattern. So, we won't be doing, if you can see this here, from here back is only going to be on the other end. So this, we're starting our pattern right here. So we will have like this, and then we are going to go with a bigger, well, we're going to do a couple of these, and then we will go with a bigger one, a bigger kambaba. We'll go with the 10 millimeter. So I think I'm going to do 3 sets of this. That's what I want to do. 3 sets of this, like that. So I've got 1, 2 sets. We'll go ahead. Oh, can't forget my spacer bead in there to offset that a little bit. So we'll go like that. Let me see. What did I do? Oh, I forgot my spacer bead here. See, I don't do so good when I'm talking sometimes. So, but I got to get this done and get finished up for today. And then part 2 we'll work on tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get a earlier start tomorrow. Because I do want to get this video done. I want to get segment 2 completely finished tomorrow. So this is what we're going to do. We will just go ahead and do our pattern really quick so you can see what the pattern will be. And then tomorrow we will finish the pattern up. And if I hadn't have messed up on that one, then I wouldn't have had to restring it. But it happens. At least I caught it early. Okay. So now we have 1 set, 2 set. Now we're going to go for the 3rd set. And this will be the first strand on the necklace here. So do that. I'm not going in any order. I'm picking up the seed beads or any of the beads. I'm just grabbing whenever I grab. So, well, those are stuck together. So, got this. And then we're going to go with our larger bead cap. And put it on like that. our larger Kambaba 10 millimeter. And I hope I like this. So let's see what we got. All right, so this will be our pattern. What do y'all think? Leave me a comment today and I will check the video. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. And let's get our prayer set, and we will be back tomorrow with segment 2 to finish this up. Dear Father in heaven, I come to you and I thank you for the ability to be able to do this. And I give you praise and glory. And Father, I ask that you watch after everybody that is out here watching my video, and watch out of the rest of the people out here in this world, Lord. I pray that you will touch everyone's heart and fill them with joy, peace, loving, and kindness, Father. And thank you for this opportunity and to be able to make this video. And I pray that anybody watching out here, whether they have prayers are unspoken or spoken or whatever their needs may be, that you answer their and provide their needs. Thank you, dear Jesus, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Or thank you, dear God, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen, amen. Sorry about that. I mess up sometimes. My brain starts thinking too fast. But anyway, it's Lynn, Blessed Handcrafted Creations. Come back tomorrow and we will finish working on segment 2 and get that all finished up. You all stay blessed. Have a great day and just relax. Enjoy yourself. God bless you all. Bye-bye for now.